This is Nikki in Niagara coming to you from Niagara Falls, Canada, and I am going to show my finished pictures this month. In January, I felt like I was a coloring demon. I colored a lot. And I colored more than one picture in books. I spent the first half of the month working dedicatedly on my 10 books to finish, and I had so much fun working in those. So basically this pile is in order from the end to the start. So we're going to start with the book that I just finished working in, and we're going to go all the way down to the first ones I worked in at the beginning of the month. I've done a lot of hashtags for these books, and I'll try to remember them as I give them. So I Heart Cute Coloring, I did for my Nikki Does Tiny Coloring tag. I did this 2-page spread here with Tombow markers. That's a little sloppy, but it was the last thing I colored this month. It's just kind of needed to color, but didn't really want to start any kind of a big project. So there's that. Then I worked in Such and Such Deva's 50 Glorious Patterns, color by number. This is not for any kind of hashtag. I used water-based markers for a change. They don't give quite the same polished look as alcohol markers, but I really don't want to waste alcohol markers on the backgrounds of these. So we'll see as we go along. This is a nice book. I like it. It's just addressing the background issue. Worked in Valentine Ceramic Tiles, color by number by Prachi Dewan Sachdeva. I love her ceramic tile books. They are just so cute. They're just, the pictures are so cute. You don't really know what they're going to look like when they're finished. Like, you know what the picture is going to look like, but the colors just really bring them out. So yeah, I enjoyed doing that, and hopefully I'll get to color some more pictures in that this month. I'm working in this mandala book when I just feel like doing a mandala because I've got a lot done in it, so I decided to start working on it. And the funny thing is that Zoe, I forget her Instagram name, but she's got Zoe 80, I want to say 8017, but that's just coming out of my head. She just finished this book, and it's so weird because it's from 2017, and the chances of the two of us working on it is pretty weird. So I did this teeny weeny little one on the title page, and I used my Mirandy markers for that because it was little. And then I did this one in alcohol markers. Turned out pretty. Oh, I like this book. And this one was a little weird, and I did it in water-based markers, but it turned out all right. Then another mandala book that I'm working in when I feel like doing random mandalas is Relax in Color by Sunlight Drawing. So these are random colors for alcohol markers and one glitter gel pen, but I don't think we can see the glitter on this one very well. And then this one, I was pretty fortunate to get all these purple and yellows, and I think we should be able to see, yeah, you see a bit of the glitter there. These work for the tiny, oh no, they're a little bit too big. We went 7 inches. This is an 8-inch square, so it's too big for tiny coloring. So this was for my mystery art box, I did this picture here using acrylic paints, and I'm really happy with the way that it turned out. It's the first time I've used acrylic paints to paint a picture, and it worked out just fine. This also worked for the Color Your Hoard tag. Nikki does tiny coloring. I just kind of goofed around in here. I did this one. And this one. Oh no, I never even finished this one. Yeah, I was in a mood. After I did that first one, I just did this almost until the end, and then I started this one, so need to get back to it and finish those two. This is for my Nikki's Cuckoo for Coco Wyo hashtag. And it also went for the Color Your Hoard. This is the picture that I did here. And I put a frame around my picture and colored it in with black, because we know that Coco Wyo books don't have frames around their pictures. If I can find one. That's a full page. So there you go. So I've been thinking of putting frames around them myself, if it'll work. Of course, it takes away more of the picture, but it looks better with a border around it, I think. So yeah, I had fun with that. That's from Cute Stuff. Doing Nikki Colors Muller. Did this girl right here, and I had a ton of fun doing this one. Deborah even commented on my picture on Instagram, so I was pretty pleased with that. No yellowing. Didn't think there would be for that one. Oh, just let me open up my drawer with these papers so I can put them back. Yeah, I really enjoyed that. This one's got quite a bit of sparkle on it, but I don't know if you'll be able to see it because I used I just did outlines like on her dress. Is it gonna catch the light? No, I don't think so. It's too bad because there's quite a bit of sparkle on her clothing. But no, unfortunately. Oh, you can see her lips. Maybe you can see a bit on the dress. Not sure. Really enjoyed that one. So I'm going to try and color all my Deborah Muller books this year. I have quite a few of them. It's also worked in Space Girls and the Nikki Colors Muller hashtag. And I did this beauty. I love this one. I had so much fun coloring her, and I used my Coliro, is that what they're called? Coliro paints and on here, and I fell in love. And you can definitely see the glimmer on that. Wonder if you can see her gun. Yeah, her gun is shimmering too. So I love this one. I'm just using some of the markers that yellow, but of course not all the colors yellow, but I put that piece of paper there just so I can check and make sure. And a couple of people wanted to see a finished page out of the wallpaper book, so I did one. I'm not really happy with it. I used water-based markers and it just is too messy. But I used the color palette that was given at the back for 1851. So I didn't pick those colors, but I did pick the placement of them. So I don't know what to use to color in these because they're double-sided. And I definitely don't want to ruin these pages because I think they'll look gorgeous finished. Like, see? These colors would match the furniture that they've got here really well. But what am I going to use? Because there's the big parts in the background, and water-based markers just aren't going to cover that nicely. I don't know. That's a tough one. If you have any ideas of what to color these with, give me an idea and I'll try it out. So that was also for Color Your Hoard. Had some fun in the Sugar Skulls Midnight Edition by Coco Wyo. So this worked for Nikki's Cuckoo for Coco Wyo tag. So I picked random colors because I treat a sugar skull like a mandala. And I pick out 4 markers and oh yeah, I picked out 5 colors. 1, 2, 3, 4. I couldn't have just picked out 4. Oh, and 5 for her skin. That was a different color. So I picked out 5 colors, and then I wanted her face to be in gel pen, glitter gel pen. So I picked out the same colors that I had in gel pens. Let's see if her face will glitter for us. That's a teensy bit. So I really like how that one turned out. And then this one is not too bad either for random colors. I'm pretty happy with it. There's no gel pens on this one. It's just flat. Yeah, I really like this book. I need to get the other ones. So I think there are two other Sugar Skull books. And then for Nikki Does Tiny Coloring, I actually colored this book. I'm not going to give it its own flip through though, because it's just a teeny little thing. It is a Monsters Stained Glass coloring book by John Green. So I just put a stamp right here to say I finished the book on January 25th. So I haven't had much luck with these stained glass books because everything that I tried to use on them makes the page warp because it's too wet. Alcohol markers, water-based markers, somebody's used watercolor paint and that didn't work. I didn't want to use acrylic because they're supposed to be see-through. So I tried permanent markers and they worked perfectly. So let's get a piece of paper. I've got a huge piece of paper, but it'll do the trick. So that we can see what they look like. There is the skeleton. Not too sure what they called him. A giant or something, or an oaf. Dracula. Werewolf. Staples are coming undone already. Frankenstein. The Mummy. I'd like to get some more of these, but obviously something more patterny, I think. The Mad Scientist. And the Abominable Snowman. Oh, that one that I called the Giant is a Wild Hunchback. Is that opposed to a tame hunchback? So that went for Nikki Does Tiny Coloring. First picture would have gone for Color Your Hoard, but I didn't add it to the hashtag. Okay, another Nikki Colors Muller. This is Wicked by Deborah Muller, and I did this poor girl here. I started off by using alcohol markers, and then I used Pentel Dual Hybrid markers for the pink color in her hair. That was that was a Crazy Pop. And then the burgundy type color here, this one definitely shines. You can see a lot of shine on there. And I used acrylic paint for the background. And then on top of that I used paint marker to color in the splotches that were there underneath of the paint. So yeah, that's all I did. Colored Caramel sent me some of their new books, the Valentine's books. So I did a picture and I Love You a Lotl. This one is cute. Yeah, they're another company that doesn't put a border around their pictures. So I got into using acrylic paints this month, so the background is acrylic paint and the rest of it is alcohol marker. And we have Colored with Love, a kawaii coloring book. And I did this little kitty in the sandbox, or it's a bonsai plant. I don't know which, but just did that. I didn't think the background needed coloring in that one. And the last book that they sent me is my favorite one, the Gnome coloring book, Colored with Love. I like their gnome books. So we did this little lady here. Did the background with acrylic marker. This was actually the first one I did a background with acrylic marker, so it's a little bit messy. So wanted to see if the red was going to yellow, but it hasn't. This is for, oh, I don't know the, I'm sorry, I don't know the tag off by heart, but I believe it's Quinn's Coloring Heaven 22, something like that. I'm sorry. So I did this girl right here because she didn't seem like a Christmas picture to me. It seemed more like a winter picture. So it says, it's called Francine Feeling Festive, but I think she's just feeling cozy. The stars are metallic gel pen. You can see the shine on those. I love this. I like this picture. Now, there's a few more in here by her that I should probably do. Daniela Latishiva. So Cocowayo, Nikki's Cuckoo for Cocowayo, hashtag, Nico Girls, and also Color Your Hoard. Did this one here, and I think I used Prismacolors and a Pentel dual hybrid and a few other metallic pencils in the background for the stars and the moon and the jar there. I think you can see a little bit of the shimmer. That was fun. I really like this one too. And one thing that I've noticed is that the girls in here all have this little tooth, little kitty tooth, or teeth. See, she's got two of them here. Okay, so now I'm on to my 10 books to complete. My 10 books to finish, so I was supposed to do 4 pages this month, and I did. Oh, yeah, there's yellowing on this one. Better keep that there. Well, actually, it's only going to yellow onto that, and it's not going to be see-through. And there's yellowing from that page, not this one. I keep it in there. So this was a pattern in here. I just go in order and then I color the borders in black in this book. I did the butterfly. The camper or hiker, and this pattern. People seem to like this one on Instagram. And there's no yellowing. I mostly use permanent markers in here, so I don't have to worry about the yellowing too often. But every now and then when there's bigger spaces, I'll use alcohol markers. So I'm on track. I'm on track with all my books. So I needed to do 5 pages out of this. Broken Circles by Tabitha L. Barnett. First thing I did was the title page right here. And these sunflowers. Camping one. And then I'm working in some of the white ones and then going back to doing some of the black ones because I hadn't done any of the black ones. So we did Alice in Wonderland. I used glossy accents on the clock. And this fish one. I use a combination of permanent markers and alcohol markers for these, depending on the size of the spaces. So I'm currently on track with that one. So this one, I need to do 2 pages a month. So I did this one, which I had been avoiding for some reason. It's the cover picture, and I just didn't want to color it for some reason. So she's got a little bit of sparkle on her. Her wings are wing Castell, so they don't. The shininess of those doesn't really compute. Use metallic marker for the shooting stars. Did this one and did acrylic paint background on this one. There's no glitter on here except for her necklace. Okay, that's fine. So I'm on track with her. Filma Family Mystery Mosaics Wow Animals. I needed to do 2 pages of this a month. And I'm on track. I did this one here. Don't know why, but I just think of him as an army pig. Maybe it's because of the hat, though it doesn't really look like camouflage, but I don't know. And this one. So I'm going in order with this book as well. So I use the X method for the background and the solid method for the foreground. This one I used solid method for the whole thing. Needed to do 6 pages in January in this one. So for this book, they're all clovers. So what I do is, I still do my random picking, but first of all I pick a green, any green that I want to use. Then I close my eyes and I pick out 3 alcohol markers, and then I close my eyes and go get a glitter gel pen. So it's still all random, but it will have at least 1 green in it. So this one is not 2. I don't think the colors worked out that well. And I don't think I had silver glitter. And this one I think turned out pretty good with the purples and blues. And I had where's my glitter? Oh yeah, it's the gold. The gold is the glitter. They're not very heavy glitters, not showing up very well. This one I really like. Got sort of like a deep purple glitter gel pen. Yeah, they're not really showing up, but I give them a chance. This one I'm not too sure. Well, blue, orange, and green go together, but it's not like my favorite combination. It's too 70s. And this one, I quite like this one. It's pretty dark, not something that I often get, and the gold was the gel pen. And this one, I did some sleep coloring with this one, so it's a little bit messy. The pink is the gel pen on that one. Okay, so I needed to do 4 pages in Floral Mandalas Folk Art Style by Debbie Densham. So I'm following the color palettes at the bottom of the page. I did this one. This one turned out nice. This one's cute. Again, use the palette that's down there. This was a big one. I think it was 7. Yeah, 7 colors. Oh, thought I skipped one there for a minute. Oh, did this one. Yep, alright. Another cute one with this one with birds. And those are the ones that kept me up to date. So we're all okay. Okay, I had to do 3 pages in January, so these are, which one? Oh, this one's first. So, get that. I just wanted to do something Christmassy, so that's why I picked this book. Do a couple of Christmas pictures each month. This is the one that I used the crayon with the gamsol on the background. Going backwards in this book. This is the book that my group is doing this year. It's hashtag Nikki's Jungle Minis, and we needed to do 6 pages for January and February. So I did the title page, a little bit of Pentel dual hybrid gold on there. This book belongs to page. I'm just starting at the beginning and working my way through this one. Like this one. This one's got some Pentel gold on it too. I tried not to use my yellowing markers for the oranges. And this is the one that I used my art box for. Well, of course this isn't yellowed. The waterfall. Oh, that monkey one was the group buddy color too. And that's the last one that I did. So, in that book, still got a couple more to go. Okay, this is the Deborah Muller group is working through this book. So I need to do 3 pages in it. did the quilt lady. The ballerina. She's got some glitter on her. And finally, the diamond painting lady. So I did all her pictures on the wall in gel pen, so they looked like diamond paintings. This too. And now one book left. And the last one is A Million Cute Animals by Lulu Mayo. This is the one that I'm going to have to put the most effort into each month to finish the book in a year because I have 6 pages to do. So I did this 2-page spread here for the this book belongs to and the copyright page. Now what I'm doing with this book is I'm using a different set of pencils for each page. So for this page I used Castell Arts, a micron pen, and paint pens. And I found that the Castell Arts, I did not like them on this paper. I think I'm just going to keep my notes in here because I like what I wrote on them. So this page right here, I used polychromos and they worked really nicely on this paper. I also used a paint pen, jelly roll, micron in here. This one here, I used Laurentians, which is an old brand of school coloring pencils that we used to have here in Canada until the early 90s. And they work beautifully on this paper. So I used the Laurentians, micron, and a paint pen. This page over here, I used the Marcos Square Pastels, a Sharpie pen, that's the kind that's water-based, Posca. What did I use the Posca on? Oh yeah, the black background. No, that was my pen. Oh, I used the silver Sharpie. Don't know if it... Oh yeah, you can definitely see the shine on there. Paint pen and Sparkle Pop. And these pencils hated this paper. I would do a little test of the color on a piece of a pad I had over here, which was actually made out of Amazon paper. And then I would go color on here and the pigment would be so much lighter than it was on my trial page. So not too happy with that one. That's my least favorite. This one here I did with the Faber-Castell Black Edition pencils, and I used them plus a paint pen, and these enjoyed the paper as well. So that turned out really nice. I have the 36 set now, so they're quite usable to complete a picture with. I think 36 pencils is a good size of a set to get some use out of them. So if you can't afford a large set, or if you just want to try out a set, I recommend the 36 size because you will get a full use of the pencils in creating paper, so a page, so that if that's what you can afford, they'll be useful, and if you're just trying them out, you'll get a good try. So those are the 6 pages that I colored in here, and I'm going to be using pencil pretty much with, stuff to use for accents, and I'm going to use a different set of pencils per page until I run out of pencils to do that with, so we'll see what happens after that. So that's, I'll just keep that there. That's everything that I colored this month. So thank you so much for allowing me to share this with you, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. And until next time, bye-bye.